Hello all, Krishan here. Soaping, as in life, not everything is going to be the way you want it. So the next couple of videos will be about the biggest soaping fails I've had so far on my soaping journey here at Ryder Spa. And with this soap, this is a 90% coconut oil and 10% shea oil blend that I was making for a friend. As you see there, I added candle and clay, and everything looks fine so far. I am putting in the lye solution. So far, so good. Well, except for the fact that I'm right underneath the light and you can't see it. Doing a little bit of shifting there so I can be underneath the camera. And I don't know why I pulled it back, but I did. I pulled it up to, the intention was to put it up to a light trace. And as you can see here, I'm having difficulty. It doesn't seem to be taking. That is the simple syrup that I put in to help with the lather. And the fragrance oil here, which was almost paradise, I almost said it, by Rustic Escentials. An absolutely lovely peaches and cream, coconut cream mixture that was going to go great with the coconut oil. This was an uncolored bar, and as I start to continue and mix it in, it seems to be going on the full to a medium trace, and looked good so far. So I added coconut meal, which was actually milled fresh from the same friend that I'm making this for. I poured it in, and this is when I noticed it started to separate and rise. So I put it back in there and see if I can work out those kinks there. It seemed to have happened immediately, and I figured that it might have been because there was still water and lots of sugar in the coconut meal, because it is a sweet fruit. And went back in through the stick blender. It seemed to smooth it out a bit, just enough. And then I pour it back in. As you see, it looks really smooth, but then the oil started to pool up at the very top. And once again, because I've totally blacked it out, I left there to tap it down on the floor instead of on my table. Oil just started to pool up at the very top. And I tried to even it out, put a little bit of design there, maybe ignore it, maybe it'll get better. And yeah, it still pulled up. In a few moments here, I'm going to switch over to the live shot where it came out. I'm still trying to work it out there. And you'll see the results. Hello all, Krishan here, and first let me get some lights on. There we are. This was my coconut, my pure coconut soap that I made, and I had some fresh coconut meal in there, and as you can see, it seemed to have discolored and gelled, but it's still a very solid bar. See, it's very hard. And I had plastic over it, as you see we do often, and it literally melted on top. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut this top off, and then I am going to let it sit another day, and from there I'm going to slice it in bars. So here I tried to salvage it by cutting off the top here with my new double-handled cheese cutting knife, and it really worked out well. As you can see, I got the top corners and most of that plastic off. Then I tried to cut another slice to get the rest of it off, and it seemed to have gelled in the middle, but it looked like it burned on the end, on the very corners. It was a very solid, hard bar because of the sodium lactate, but it was also still very greasy. It was literally oozing as I was cutting it through. I couldn't even get the handle to stay straight there for a moment. Then I couldn't get the soap to stay still. So I ended up rebatching it eventually, which it had mixed results. It smelled fantastic. I added another fragrance oil, but I also ended up with a much softer bar that way. So what did I learn? It turns out that I was soaping this at 145 degrees. Yeah, I know. Better luck next time.